Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm very sorry I didn't notice you there. How was your day? Mine was fine, and I hope you also had a great day. So today, I'm gonna make your day better by telling you a scary story. And not a scary story, but a scary game. Because I want to do this series about creepy stuff, because that's what I like. So today, I'm gonna be talking about the game Sweet Tooth. So you've probably heard about this on a few other channels or places, but Sweet Tooth, let me just tell you the basics. It's just a game about this chocolate and a gnome. You need a mirror, chocolate, just spin it around, and some other stuff, and just chant Sweet Tooth, please come. And this gnome is supposed to come and eat your toes at night. It's creepy, right? When I first heard about this, I was terrified. I just didn't sleep. I was like, oh no, this gnome's gonna come and eat my toes. I was scared. But now we're gonna explain it. I feel like it's a funny thing to talk about. And yeah, we're gonna start it off now. Okay, so let's just explain it. So Sweet Tooth, I don't have an origin story for it, but it's where it's just a basic sleepover game, and they actually have a creepypasta for it. But let me just explain. There's a few versions of it. When I looked at it, there's a version where the girls just scream. There's just different versions of it. But I found a version that I was just gonna do because it's the most unexplainable one for me. But let's just begin. So the creepypasta starts where these girls, they have a sleepover because it's their final day of school and they want to celebrate that in some way. So they're having a sleepover at this girl's home, and they have no names for these people. It's just some girls having a sleepover. So we're just gonna go by girl 1, girl 2, and girl 3, or I might just say the blonde girl, the brunette girl, and the ginger girl. So we're just gonna start. So they heard of this game called Sweet Tooth because this one girl just saw it on Google, and she decided that she wants to play it, and her friends agree. So the girl explains the basics. You need to get a mirror, string, and chocolate, and a candle, and the lights need to be turned off, and every person playing needs to be in a circle, and they need to hold up that chocolate and spin it around. And this is the only way to do it. They're just they need to chant, sweet tooth, please come. Sweet tooth, please come. But they need to do it at least 10 times, I think. I'm pretty sure about it because that's what it said on the Reddit, and that's what I'm pretty sure about. But let's just get into it. So those girls, they did this step, and they did it as a joke. They began eating the chocolate, and they began messing around. They're sweet tooth, but you can't come. They're just messing around with it, and the game rules are if you mess around with it, that thing, if anything goes wrong, that little gnome is just gonna come to your house and eat off your toes while you're sleeping. And I was just terrified about that. But these girls do it anyways, and they're haha, this is so funny. And they don't think it's real. They just take it as a joke, and it's not real. It's a creepypasta. But the girls eventually get tired and they go to sleep. And in the middle of the night, the ginger girl wakes up, and she hears rattling in the kitchen, and it's things are falling down and stuff. So she just goes to check, and there she sees this gnome, this tiny little gnome, literally just throwing stuff around. But she describes it as a tiny man, about this big, the size of a gnome. And she begins to scream, and she wakes up the other girls. And when one of the girls come in, her feet are just wet, and as we all know, it's the gnome. It chewed on her toes. But the blonde girl seems completely fine. Nothing happened. she just seems to just sit there and she's just horrified because she wanted to do the game and she's just terrified of what she's just caused. And all her friends, like her parents, wake up and they see that the girls are just screaming, but the gnome, before their parents come, it just goes away and nobody believes them. They're just like, okay, nice try and everything. They just think they're pranking her, but they're not. They actually like saw like everything. And the next night the other girls like leave because they gotta leave, the sleepover's over, and the ginger girl just never forgets about it because like she saw like a random tiny little gnome man walking around a kitchen throwing stuff around, and she sees her friend, and I'm just gonna say it's the brunette girl because it's the other one, but it's like she's like, oh my god, my friend's toes got chewed on by a terrifying gnome. And at the end, the blonde girl is just the person who's just scarred. She's like, oh my god, I might have just scarred my friends for life too, and I feel like they'll hate me. But the girls just seem completely fine about it. And one day, that blonde girl seems to see a gnome, a chocolate gnome, and she sees that there's a little tiny little rip in it, but she doesn't think anything of it. She's probably like, okay, maybe it just got ripped up, but she just buys it anyway for fun. And eventually she leaves that gnome in her house. She just leaves it in her room. And the next day, she wakes up to see that somebody hurt toes. They had bite marks on them. And as we all know, you mess with Sweet Tooth, he bites your toes. That girl, the next day, just suddenly goes missing all of a sudden. And her friends, they're all terrified. So they come to see this chocolate gnome, and suddenly they remember that they had messed with Sweet Tooth once. And all of a sudden, this just random bit of chaos comes and breaks out all through the entire neighborhood. And everyone's just going mad. They're just going mad, and everyone's just screaming. And the girls, they're just terrified. And this gnome, and then the friends noticed the little piece that had been ripped up at the store, and they didn't realize it was the chocolate. It's a chocolate gnome. And one of the girls goes in to take a bite of the chocolate, and then everything just goes white, and that's where the creepypasta ends. I don't know what happens after everything goes white, but it's actually kind of unsettling because it's like, oh my god, they tried the piece of chocolate and everything goes white. And there's many other versions of this creepypasta. I've seen other people talk about it, and I think it's only one person, I don't know. But there's many other versions of this creepypasta, all the girls get kidnapped, all the girls I don't know. I've only heard a few of them because I'm just going through all of them. But this seemed to be the most unsettling one to me. For some reason, I don't know why. But I'm not gonna explain any more of them. But all I'll say is that I wouldn't recommend trying out this game, because either if you mess up at all, this little gnome is just gonna come and eat off your toes yummy yummy. And this is why I've always been scared of gnomes for some reason. There's these glass things that just stand there and they're they don't do anything. They're just glass thing that usually sits in a grandma's yard that just stares right there. It's just it's so annoying. But we're not gonna get into how kind of creepy these things are. But we have this, well, a sketch of the gnome, or what at least I think it's gonna be. I couldn't add like other details. I was gonna be like, okay, let's add some creepy things. But we have this gnome with creepy face and creepy smile and some red stuff around it. Anyways, sorry, this is my Five Below You. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if any of you have tried out this game or feel like doing it, please tell me what happened or what is gonna happen, like what happened, and tell me your experience, because I really want to hear if like anything happens, because I know this is just a creepypasta, but if it's like real, I want to know. So comment that down below if you have comments available. I don't know yet, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a great day or night, and I will see you all next time. Spooky later. Bye.